Welcome everyone to the Watchlist, your virtual weekly TV guide right here on the Latin Nerds Network. Ready to go over all the shows, films, documentaries released over streaming this past week, and of course, letting you know what's coming out so you too can create your very own watchlist. Joining us as always is Senor Jaime, aka Chewy, both of us wishing everybody a upcoming new year. A couple of days away from yet another year, 2025. We did our best of the best last week as far as our top recommendations. Hopefully this year it's good. We got Severance coming up. We got The Boys, Stranger Things, right? I'm sure I'm missing a bunch.
Wednesday, Last of Us,
Last of Us. That's true. Man, it's a pretty big year. So a lot of big stuff coming up. So you new to the channel, subscribe, help
The
us out
Night
for free.
Agent. I'm just
The
kidding.
Night Agent finally coming up in 6 years. It's been a while. Jeez, I forgot about that
Hasn't
show.
been that long.
It's been a
Jesus
while. I
Christ.
think that's 2000.
Come on, dude.
I want to say 2021. I don't even know. Night
I
Agent
thought it was
release.
23.
Let's see. It is 23. It's felt like 5 years.
In your face.
Has it been 2 years? Not sure. Okay. Neither here nor there. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Of course, this is a show where we let you know what you should be watching because there's always something to watch. Even in a week like this, which has been very light, to say least. The holidays, usually it's a light
Well,
time of
so
the year.
it's been so light. We have to mention Mano y Mano for the title, dude.
We got two. Oh no, you only have one final. I have two finals. You
Yeah,
should have been in two finals.
I have a third. Yeah, I
Yeah,
should
you
have
should
been.
have been two
God,
finals. We got some fantasy football. One ends tonight. One's in next week. So one. I only have one. My other final is 1 week, so it's today, and that's it. So either way, so very exciting. So a lot of football. There's been football almost like every day. It feels like since Christmas. For Christ's sake,
I know, dude.
Jesus. So yeah, coming down to 2 more weeks left. But that said, again, not a whole lot to get into, Chewy. A couple of shows. This will be a short show today, but I do want to touch based on one you mentioned last week, which I hadn't seen it at that time. I didn't know about it. It's called Laid, comedy series on
On
Peacock.
Peacock.
Actually,
Peacock.
a remake of an Australian show back in 2011.
Oh, it was. I did
Yeah,
not know
yeah.
that.
From what I
Okay.
learned,
Okay.
when I was looking it up, I was like, oh, I looked at the wrong show. I was like, why is the show? Oh, what's Chewy doing? Um, but I realized it's a remake of Australian show. So yeah, I did not know it, but great premise, right? I like original stuff, original premise. Some difference. We have a woman who got issues, has slept around a lot, and apparently she's learning that all her exes
Oh,
who she
dude,
slept with,
there's a lot, and then there's her, dude.
the body count is high. To each their own. I'm gonna hit a judge.
Good Lord.
But that said, she's discovering that in order of when she hooked up with these guys, that they're all dying in strange ways. She's trying to figure out why her ex is dying the way they are. So it's a 30-minute show, comedic, comedy. Yeah, this is cool, man. I like that. Let's say I like these kind of interesting. I know it's a remake, but whatever. It's still a good idea is a good idea, and we haven't seen it
To me,
here
it was
this side.
original, so that's
No,
fine.
right. That's again. That's 2011. A show that I'm sure nobody watched here. That's an Australian show. So whatever, for whatever it's worth. But yeah, it's very funny. I like it's very dark comedy, obviously. Cool mystery of like, okay, how and why are these guys, keeling over bit by bit. Yeah, and she got issues, no doubt about it. And she's, sleeping with her or slept with her best friend's boyfriend, or they had just broken up. But does that really count?
They want a break.
On the break, they were Ross and Rachel, that shit. But that said, I liked it. Very cool show, very funny show. Set up for a season 2, which
Yes,
I don't know. We'll see. I guess this is probably like a 2-season show. If I were to,
probably. I
procrastinate
mean, just
ahead,
like
yeah,
kind of like let my Lady Parts, which was a great comedy as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
That was a shorter season, I think 6 episodes a season. Yeah, 6 episode seasons, but that was very enjoyable. That had a 2 season run. I'm not sure if it's coming back for a third, but I think they summed it up with this
yeah.
last season.
Sometimes
So
you gotta know
this,
where to end it.
yeah.
And this kind of premise here can only last so long. There's only some people who can die. I mean, it is what it is, right? Big body count, but
Well, it's down to two. There's
right,
only two guys
it's only
left
down
now.
to a couple. So how much more can you tell? But it's a very cool show. Actually, a good recommend on
Yeah.
Peacock, which we don't say very often because it's Peacock. Next one we had What If, dropping this
Mm.
week, an episode daily. Of course, a Marvel show based on this what if scenarios, animated, of taking the characters from the MCU and putting them in interesting situations, or characters playing different roles, I guess, or different versions of themselves. Um, I mean, yeah, whatever. I mean, if you like
Yeah.
the first two seasons, you don't like this one. It's fine. It's a cool story. It's not all of them work. It's almost like not really anthology. It kind of ties in, and they always kind of do. But that said, they're okay. I mean, like I said, if you're not into the Marvel, you're not gonna like it. If you're not into the first two, you're not gonna like it, right? This is on par with the other ones. Chewy?
No, I like it a lot, man. I mean, I like how they thread. It's not really, it's not an
It's
anthology,
not, no.
because there is a connection threaded between. At first, season one would look like just straight anthology. Just give me what is scenarios, right? Zombies. What if Captain Carter was Captain America?
Right.
Stuff like that. But they slowly thread all these connections, all these characters together into a cohesive story. That now, even with this season, is connected to the previous seasons with some of the character
Right.
reintroductions, the Vision Ultron character and whatnot, and obviously the Watchers, the glue uh, of this. And but it's kind of funny. Even this last episode, Howard the Duck is ridiculous, man. But it's still funny. um, but even this last one, they even altered the intro because something happened to the Watcher
Mm.
in episode 6, and they altered the intro in episode 7, and I think probably for 8, which I was like, oh, so little attention to detail, stuff like that, right? That kind of bridges the story, the various stories, various arcs, into a cohesive, thought provoking layout of what's going on. So again, great use of multiverse and giving us options and giving us characters and different settings and formats and different things that happen versus how we know it in the MCU.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's like I said, it's well done. It's not gonna change television, change your lives, but it's a cool fun show. Up right on par with the other ones. The last one, this was the release of the week, obviously, in this Squid Games 2, season 2 on Netflix. One of Netflix. Is it the biggest show, I think? Am I wrong in that? Or one of the biggest shows, I guess. I think it's the biggest show worldwide, the first season. I
I
believe.
mean, maybe. I mean,
Maybe.
it's a worldwide phenomenon, like
Correct.
a la Money Heist or Casa de
Yes.
Papel,
Yes.
right? Where it's not just American audience, but a global audience. So it
Right.
has a very nice reach. What's the most watched show? I mean, I don't know what numbers you believe. Who
Whatever,
knows?
but I know this is one of them, right? It's caught
Yeah,
fire when it got released.
it's up there, dude.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
up
yeah, it was
there.
doing okay. Then, of course, I'll say it again. On this show, I was championing this show before anybody knew what Squid Game was, and all of a sudden, it's a worldwide phenomenon. Do
Yeah,
the
you
math,
gotta get off that
connect the
soapbox,
dots,
dude. You
connect
gotta
the
get off
dots,
that
dude. That's
soapbox
what
at
I'm
some
saying.
point,
They
dude.
just connect the
You
dots.
gotta stop it.
1 and 1 does equal 2. Whatever, for those mathematicians out there. However, so season 2, I'm sure it was a highly anticipated season 2, 7 episodes, of course. Picking up right, not necessarily. Well, it does pick up right from the ending of the first season, with the main guy whose name I forget, whatever, I
Well,
can't pronounce.
sort of, yeah. I
To
mean,
some degree, it
just the
picks up
tiny
real
events,
quick,
but
right? The
but there
tiny
is
events.
a
Two
two two
years,
year time leap.
right?
I think it's at least two,
No,
maybe it's
it's
3.
it's 2 years from what I understand.
Okay.
But yeah, so he was in the airport, didn't get on the plane, and whatever, and that's kind of where it picks up. And yeah, it does flash forward 2 years, and now he's trying to figure out who these people are. He wants to stop the games at the top, and of course, he finds himself back where it was season 1, back in the Squid Games, which everyone loves, of course. This one here, listen, it's a shorter season. We got season next year. Actually, season 2 comes out. I was able to finish this because this is basically the only thing that was on the menu for the most part. So whatever, might as well watch it. Yeah, listen, it's enjoyable. Like I said, the first season was good. I think it was great. It didn't deserve all the hype. There's better shows that should have gotten more hype, but I get it. The premise and idea were cool, and yeah, the games are back, and people are dying. The stakes are there naturally. But what I did like about this one is obviously that to create a second story from what they had, and continue this guy's journey to try to bring this organization down. That was cool. The cop who was in the first one, he's also more involved now, and added a wrinkle to the games because I don't remember the first one, but I think in the beginning you're able to vote yourselves in or out if people wanted to play, but that's it. Here they give you opportunity after each game to vote where they
Mm.
want to take the money and get out of there. Right? It's like the democratic process, if you will. Most votes wins, but the people involved in the game. So that has a cool wrinkle because now it's something different. It ain't just the same old, right? Because that addition of that voting really becomes the central focal point of the show, right? And people's
Mhm.
motivations and the money and why they're doing what they're doing, even given the opportunity to get out, right? Knowing that you can get whacked at any point. They seen it, they still well, most of them, not most of them, some do still choose to continue to play. Cool little wrinkle. I'm enjoying it. Listen, it's some part of the second one. I like what's going. I like, the cliffhanger-ish kind of ending, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I know I'm getting it next season, so it's okay. But it's cool. Listen, if you like the first one, you'll like this one. If you haven't seen the first one, this is a show I definitely recommend because you be part of the conversation kind of deal, and it is unique and interesting. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed it. Chewy.
Yeah, agreed. What I would add is that they add a different twist a little bit with some of the characters as well, but they now bring in the perspective of the people, so the minions who are helping,
Oh
right?
yeah, true. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
the soldiers, whatever. Yeah,
so yeah, yeah, whatever they call,
whatever. Yeah,
game,
yeah. The ones with the
whatever.
masks.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
guys, people with the
yeah.
mask. So we they take out. We finally reveal who's behind the mask, and again, it's. I'm not sure if they were involved in the first go around or not, or if they just recruit these people. But one was looked like was just recruited.
Mm-hmm.
A very odd lady, and so we kind of get that, more faster look at all the players, right? Not just the head guy or the people, the oligarchs behind this whole mess. So which is cool, right?
Yeah, like I said, if you're gonna bring it back, yeah, give us what we know people want to see. I get it, but expand it, right? Give us a
Yeah,
little bit more, and they've done that, right? You're right, behind the scenes, between the shoulders, and now the people themselves and their motivations. Very cool. It's very well put together, well produced. Good on them. Bring on season 3. I'm sure this is going to be big. I'm sure it is. We're going to hear about it very soon. Oh, it's the biggest launch. You know how Netflix does it sometimes. Whatever. They're great at front running. They do great. They don't mind sharing the numbers, right? When they don't do as well, okay, they'll hide that stuff. But
or
yeah,
they'll cancel it quick.
they cancel it really quick. So, but
Real quick.
yeah. So they knew they're doing a season 3, and they are. They announced it at the end of the show. It says season, finale or series finale, whatever it is, coming 2025 at some point. So yeah, that's in the can. But yeah, so again, Netflix, you're welcome for that as well. And on a side note, I also want to take credit for Carry On, which became their biggest movie in the last 3 years. I'm just saying, I like that movie, and I promoted it here on this show, and all of a sudden, it's the biggest movie Netflix has had. Coincidence? Maybe. I don't know. Just, again, 1 and 1 = 2. That's what I'm saying.
They're a sad, sad
So
man.
that's
Sad man.
so that's all. As I said, very short. Not a lot. Next week, things tend to increase before we hit some of the bigger shows, particularly Severance in a couple weeks. Real quick. Next week on the 1st, we got Missing You, kind of a mystery, whatever. A woman who finds through the internet dating apps, I guess, who ex-fiance who's been missing for a few years, and etc. We got another Wallace and Gromit movie. I like Wallace and Gromit on Netflix in the 3rd. We got The Rig, season 2 on
Yes, season
Science
two.
Fiction X show on Prime.
Prime. Prime.
Peacock in the 2nd. We got Lockerbie, true story about the Pan Am flight that blew up.
Mm-hmm.
Some behind the scenes on that. Bandidos on the 3rd. This was kind of a fun little Spanish show, Mexican, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know. I think it's
I think
Mexican.
it's
I think it
Mexican.
takes place in
Yeah,
Mexico.
a heist
Um,
show,
yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
Heist.
Which is yeah. Basically, it's a Indiana Jones
Kind of like a
heist
Uncharted, more
type.
Uncharted for those who are familiar with Uncharted and all in terms of.
I mean, I'm trying
Uh,
wasn't that good, so
well, no, but that's not the game. I thought the premise. The movie is terrible, but the game itself, it's kind of Indiana Jones meets like more
okay,
action
okay, all
oriented,
right.
right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
part archaeology, part heist, that kind of deal. And then on the 5th, we got the Witches, Mayfair Witches, on June 5th, starting on
Fifth,
AMC
June,
Plus. I'm January,
January's May.
June.
Yeah, we're not going
Um,
6 months out there. We're only going five,
well, if
5
2026, baby,
days.
here we go. You know, well, so watch this. This will end probably 8 episodes, 6 7 episodes, and maybe end after the Commander Super Bowl run this year. What up?
There we go. There we go. Let's go.
It starts today, baby. Winning you're in, as far as I know. But yeah, so like I said, it picks up from there. So we'll be here again next Sunday, obviously, as we here every week. Again, happy New Year's to everybody. Enjoy. Hope you had a good 2024, and looking forward to a great 2025. As always, see you next week. Subscribe, notification bell, hit the like button. See you guys next time.
Peace.